What's up, guys? It's your boy Dekkster here, and I'm gonna be talking about some tips to help you guys hit legend. First of all, I am by no means a pro player, but I have hit legend 6 months in a row now, and the highest I peaked at was legend 67, which was on the last day of a season. So I don't know. I think that's pretty decent, and I just believe that if a player can hit rank 5, then they can hit legend. The main thing differentiating a rank 5 player from a legend player is the amount of time that they invest in a season. It takes a lot of games. So the first tip I have is to get a deck tracker. I use Hearthstone, a deck tracker, and it allows me to make better calls, better judgments, just better plays in general. Sometimes I don't remember if my opponent used his coin or not yet, and with the deck tracker you can see that easily. Sometimes I don't remember if they used 1 Dragonfire or 2 Dragonfires. Sometimes I don't remember if they used 2 Shadow Word Pains or 1 Shadow Word Pains. Well, you guys get it, but the deck tracker makes everything a lot easier. It'll also tell you your win percentage on a deck, and I think it's good to play around 20 games with a deck and see your win percentage. If it's below 50%, maybe you need to change something. If it's above 50%, just keep going and you'll eventually hit legend. Oh, there's actually also a deck tracker for Android, for the phone. If you're playing mobile mostly, no excuse to not use a deck tracker. Unless you're using an iPhone, then you're out of luck. Just so you know, deck trackers are safe. They're not against the terms of service. Brode said if it's anything you can do with a pencil and a paper outside of Hearthstone, then it's safe. It's safe. Tip number 2 is to stick with a top tier deck. If you don't have time to play 400 games with a Mimi tier 3 or lower deck, like a bunch of streamers do, then maybe you want to stick with something tier 2, tier 1. So go ahead and go to like ViciousSyndicate or something, and just go to their power rankings, pick something in the rank 5 to rank 1 that is tier 1 or tier 2. Tier 3, you'd be okay. You can possibly hit legend. It's just going to take a long time, and a lot of people are not able to grind out those games. Just so you know, a lot of people don't know this, you just need above 50% win rate in order to hit legend. If you have a 51% win rate, you can still hit legend. It's going to take much longer than if you had a 60% win rate, but you'll still hit it nonetheless. It's just you might not have time to play several hundred games, because most people don't. If you have a 55% win rate, which is very, very good, it'll take about 250 games to hit legend starting from rank 5. With the average game being about 7 minutes long, that's almost 30 hours of gaming to get from rank 5 to legend. So just pick a tier 1 or tier 2. You can maybe use a tier 3 to hit rank 5 if you're in the 20s, but if you're making a serious push, stick to tier 1, tier 2, guys. For example, right now, well, I think we're looking at Big Druid, Tempo Rogue, maybe Murloc Paladin. But yeah, guys, please just hunker down. Tip number 3 is to stick to one deck, maybe 2 decks, but mostly one, because if you don't have time to play a lot of games, you need to learn your matchups with one deck. You don't have time to mess around with multiple. So just stick to one. Learn your matchups. Learn what to mulligan against Priest. Learn what to mulligan against Big Druid. Learn what to mulligan against Token Druid. Just learn your matchups. Learn your mulligans. Learn the playstyles, because they're going to be different when you're playing against different archetypes. If you're playing, 3 different decks just rotating, you're not going to be able to just play them as well as if you stick to one. Tip 4 is to maintain your sodium levels. Remain salt free, keep stabilized, do not tilt, guys. You need to stay calm, cool, collected. The game is RNG based, and the way you counter RNG is by making the optimal plays every turn. Yeah, sometimes your opponent's gonna coin Keleseth, Shadow Step, Keleseth, and you just have to accept that. You're probably not gonna win that game, but don't get mad. Don't get mad. It's just going to happen. Sometimes your opponent's going to throw out a Radiant Elemental. They're going to Power Word Shield. They're going to Power Word Shield. They're going to Divine Spirit. They're going to Divine Spirit. They're going to Inner Fire. And they're going to just wreck you. But you have to realize that they got lucky. You got unlucky. And that just happens. Don't get mad. If you're getting upset, if you're getting heated, you need to take a breather, go ahead and take a breather. Usually if I'm losing at least 3 games in a row, if I've lost 3 games in a row, I try and take a little break. I'll go run downstairs, I'll run outside, I'll turn on the TV, just close out of Hearthstone for a little bit. You might not think you're tilted. You might be in that just one more sort of mentality. But no, take a break, chill out, come back to the game in 15-20 minutes when you're refreshed, and you're probably going to perform better. You might not think so, but it's true. Tip number 5 is do not always blame the bad RNG and the meta. You need to be able to blame yourself sometimes. Just analyze your own plays. Was it right to coin out a 3-drop on turn 2 if you didn't have a follow-up turn 3 play? Was it right to coin out the Wild Growth on turn 1 if you're just going to use a Hero Power on turn 2? Believe it or not, simple misplays like this can really snowball you into losing. Most pros usually analyze themselves. They're able to realize they could have played something different. They learn from that. They don't just blame RNG. Don't just blame it. Realize that you could have possibly played better. I always make mistakes. You could still hit legend if you make a bunch of mistakes. You just need to stay focused. Stay focused. Focus on the game. Do not, do not be cranking up some music, talking to your friends while you're playing. You need to be able to kind of hone in on the game, trying to eliminate your distractions, and just play to the best of your ability. Keep track if your opponent has been holding on to a card for a while and it's getting close to turn 7, maybe he's going to Bone Mare. Maybe you want to clear his board. Maybe you don't need to clear his board because he's not going to Bone Mare. Just use your brain. Stay focused. Don't get sidetracked. So that's all I got for the tips. Well, I guess I got more tips, but those are the top 5 tips, I think. Biggest thing, just keeping your cool, guys. Keep your cool, focus, grind out the games, and I think you guys can hit legend, especially if you can hit rank 5. If you're struggling to get to rank 5, then probably just play more games. Play more games and kind of learn the opponent's cards. You need to be able to play around things like if you're playing against a priest, it's coming up on turn 6, they're probably going to Dragonfire. If you're playing against a rogue, it's getting near turn 5, they could possibly do a Vile Spine. Just kind of play around that. Play around that stuff and just keep at it, guys. I believe in you. And that's about it. That's about it. Follow me on Twitch. I'm starting to stream, trying to stream, so I appreciate you guys and all your support. Thank you to all my subs on Twitch, and thank you to everyone on YouTube too. I do appreciate all your guys' tremendous support. It's been great, and that's all. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!